Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna be completely honest with you today. This video did not go well for me. All the things went wrong, and I felt really bad about myself. Which has kind of inspired me to share with you why failures are so important for artists, and for people in general. A lot of times people seem to think that creating art is all, I'm gonna make something beautiful and
Everything about art is fun. None of it's ever a struggle. Let's go skip around with the squirrels in the forest because life is great.
But that is not true, and I would be lying to you if I said that I'm happy with everything that I make. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe if you're not already, so you don't miss out on my videos. I upload a new video every Friday. With that said, let's get into some real talk. So this started off as a very grand plan. I recently hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I asked everybody what they wanted to do to celebrate. The overwhelming response was,
Do a Draw This in Your Style challenge.
So that's what this piece was going to be. I was originally intending to film a real-time video complete with my entire process from sketch to final painting, a stellar commentary as I worked, the whole 9 yards. So if you're seeing any wild hand gestures, I'm probably talking as I'm flailing my hands. So I was really excited about this. Some of my favorite artists do real-time videos, and I love watching them, so I figured I'd take a shot at it. But on Wednesday, the day that I planned on filming, everything went wrong. Our Wi-Fi went out, so I got zero work done for half of the morning, and by the time I could actually sit down to film, I was not in a good headspace. Sometimes having a strong emotional reaction to a situation can be very creatively inspiring. That was not the case on this day. I immediately froze up on camera, and I had a terrible time trying to come up with sketches for the painting, and I was just generally in a foul mood. I also had a life drawing class starting in less than 2 hours, which was looming over my head. I ended up missing the class, which also contributed to my stress level. All this to say, the creative process was an absolute train wreck, and I felt like every choice I made was the wrong choice. Every pencil line, every brush stroke, even the words I was saying in the video were just not what I was hoping for. I felt like a failure. And my guess is that's a feeling everyone can relate to, whether they're an artist or not. So, why am I saying all of this? Usually my videos are more upbeat and funnier, and this is quickly turning into a downer. Well, I wanted to share with you my experience with failure because I think it's something that we don't talk enough about in the art community. It's easy to look on social media and see
Everyone's flawless sketchbooks and beautifully rendered illustrations.
and feel like no one else is struggling with art. We like people to think well of us, and social media makes it very easy to show all of the great things about us or about what we make, and hide the things we aren't proud of. So today, I'm gonna get vulnerable with you and share with you a painting that I'm not proud of, and how that painting has helped me to grow. There's a term in the art community to fail fast. Basically meaning create as much as you can, get through those failed pieces so you can make the successful ones. Failure is so crucial to growth because it allows us to see what doesn't work. It's like the whole Thomas Edison light bulb situation. Sometimes you have to do something wrong 1,000 times before you can do it right. I made a lot of wrong choices in creating this piece. First of all, I came in with a bad mindset. My goal was create something amazing. But that's a very high expectation to have for your art. And I think in most cases, it's not the right one. I think you should always try your best, but sometimes your best is really crappy, and that's okay. Secondly, I was so focused on getting the piece finished that I didn't take the time to enjoy the process, which is really what art is about. I knew I didn't like the sketch very much, but I jumped into painting it anyways. I knew within about the first 10 minutes of painting that this was not the piece that I wanted to be creating. And if I had listened to my intuition earlier on in the process, I would have come to that conclusion a lot sooner instead of spending hours on a painting that I ultimately was not happy with. Every mark I made, I felt was the wrong choice. And I didn't only fail in the painting, I failed in making the video as well. I again was rushing to get it done instead of taking the time to plan better and do it right. I rambled a ton in some parts and had the most awkward pauses in others. I was so focused on presenting a funny and entertaining personality that I completely psyched myself out. So, what did this whole train wreck of a day teach me, and what can it maybe teach you? Well, it taught me a lot about failure and why failure is important. Failure teaches us. It teaches us that our best is sometimes not good enough, and it informs us how to do better in the future. Failure also teaches us to listen to ourselves. Hindsight is 20/20, and looking back on this whole process, I can see exactly the places that I went wrong. I remember very clearly thinking, this isn't the right sketch. I don't want to move forward with this. But I pushed on out of stubbornness and probably a little bit of pride that I could fix it as I went. But failing to listen to myself in this situation has shown me that I need to trust my instincts more in the future. It also taught me to be more compassionate with myself. I am still growing as an artist every day, and I will never stop growing and learning and failing, and every failure reminds me that the only way to move forward is to show yourself compassion and try again. I think these are things that apply not only to artists, but to people in general. Failure is not exclusive to creativity. I don't know if I'm really making a whole lot of sense here. This feels more like a chaotic journal entry than an informative YouTube video, but if you take nothing else from it, take this. Embrace failure, learn from it, grow from it, let yourself be not great at things sometimes so you can do better in the future, and if you're having a bad day, know that it's just that, a bad day. Tomorrow is a new opportunity to have a good one. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope you got a little bit of encouragement out of it. I am so thankful for all of you and how much you've encouraged me in my creative journey. If you're having a bad day and you need a giggle, definitely go watch my last video because it is full of laughs. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful tomorrow. Bye, guys!